There is no art to find the mind's construction in the face. Words from the great writer William Shakespeare. That probably explains why a work of art can mean one thing to the creator and another to the viewer. There are always different perspectives. Sometimes the artist doesn't even know the direction the work will take him. He just goes with the flow. Those are the ones always eager to pick people's brains to know their thoughts. On this week's edition of the show, Duke Asidere tells us what was on his mind when doing his muse, while the centenary celebration was obviously on the mind of a group of artists when they had a show in Benin City, Edo State. From our lineup, it promises to be an interesting ride, so sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Everything you can imagine is real. We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents.
The strong side of the soft gender is seen in this exhibition done by Duke Asidere at the Omenke Gallery in Lagos. His collectors are already all too familiar with his team, but in this show he explains the reason for making women his muse.
His subject is still unchanged, but now he wants everyone to understand the fascination for the female gender, which has been his forte over the years.
I like women. I like what women do. I like how women run their small businesses. I like how society runs. I like the temperament of a lot of things. So a lot of things inspire me.
With 25 paintings and a couple of drawings, he celebrates her virtues, but uses it as a metaphor for what he wants the country to become. Beautiful, caring like a mother. He's looking to the leadership to drive that vision and ignite that passion for love of country in the citizenry.
When I paint, my biggest push, my biggest intent is to make something that I like. So everything inspires me.
His style is so impressive. He's unique to him, and you cannot fault him each time you see his works. This exhibition is another milestone in the role he's been playing in the art scene. It's quite impressive, and his impressionistic style goes a long way to encourage others to have an opinion of theirs. Because his style is such that you can always say, this is Duke, anywhere you see it. That's what artists should learn from him.
Since he graduated from the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, in 1988, he has not deviated from this medium, which excites him.
I like to paint. I love the smell of oil colors. I like to draw. Everything fascinates me.
He's pushed a style that we know fairly well even further. In some of the works, you can see the little nuances that he tries to highlight, the inclusion of different media, such as newspapers, to actually bring out some of the issues that he wants to deal with. And I think, of course, it's important that the subject matter that he deals with is women. Women in a way that doesn't idealize them, in a way that tries to bring out the complexity and the depth of their reality, their day-to-day existence. And I think he does that in a very dynamic, in a very vibrant manner through the use of colors.
The figures of his paintings are similar, elongated, some missing a limb or head, likened to the classical Greek statue Venus de Milo, whose sculptural features are also seen in these paintings, which have texture, shape, and color.
In this exhibition, I had to bother first about how do I interpret my models? How do I interpret contemporary beauty? or contemporary fashion. If you're driving in your car, you see women who are half-clad, and all of that. And then you get back to the space, which is your strong room, and you're looking at, what do I want to do? So it's more of celebrating the woman and celebrating the strength of the woman. You know, that's basically what it is about. And to play with the colorful mind of the woman. I've always said that it's not where the person lives. Style is not learnt on the street. You don't learn style from the cover of one international magazine. Every woman is colorful. There's a space for color. So it's the colorfulness of the African woman that actually pushes this work.
Duke paints his heart on canvas, and the mutilated images is a way of celebrating all those who stand tall in the face of violence, oppression, and injustice. They refuse to be cowed, instead find reason to be joyful in the face of it all. Probably the reason why the images are colorful and exaggerated in height.
The powdered face talks about the symbolism, the external adornment of a woman, where the woman has to cover her body with powder and a lot of lipsticks. Sometimes these things they don't work together. But beauty, as it were, my friend says all the time that if you want to really see the beauty of a woman, see her in the morning. See her in the morning. See her when she's not rubbed all her face, all her powder. So the take is that the women are strong. So the choice of color is also strong. It's also bold. The technique is also completely original. The technique is the women are mine. These are Asidere women. There are no other women. These are women interpreted by me. You know, it's not a copy of one Jamaican artist's work. No, this is just my work.
While getting to know the whole idea behind this show, we also realized that beyond these models, there's one person who was the inspiration for towing this path right from the start. His mom, Christian by many art enthusiasts as the chief muse.
When I started to paint the images, it was not about just trying to get images or get pictures or get paintings. The core part for me is that the woman, it's assumed that all the time people say that the woman is a weaker sex, you know. And I said to them, weaker sex, go see the woman at the bus stop at 5 a.m. running a small petty business. Go see the woman next door doing some serious business. That's not a weaker sex.
Anytime he paints women, he paints their character, their particular strengths, their virtues. That's what he sees in women. Not, largely an objectification of women like most artists would do, especially when they're painting nudes or women in erotic positions. But he is far removed from the eroticism. He's actually painting the strengths and he's interpreting the virtues that he finds in his mother into the portraits of women that he paints. So I think that's very, very important. His work is known largely for the textural qualities. The colors, of course, largely inspired by his mother's textiles while growing up as a child.
Some of the works include Powdered Face, Mr. Date, Light and Laughter, Lady in Red, Relative Peace, Joy, amongst others, which also push for the sustenance of this medium, painting, which he feels may be lost with time as artists explore new territories.
Maybe someday he'll change his mind, you never know. We're taking a break now. When Arthouse returns, it's off to Benin City, the Edo State capital, for another interesting show. So don't go anywhere.
Considered one of the foremost writers on African feminism, gender studies and literary theory, she is recognized as a viable authority on African women and black feminists. As the first Nigerian with a first-class degree from the University of London, she obtained a degree in English and later earned a doctorate in narratology, the theory of narratives, from Leiden University, one of the oldest universities in Europe.